Hi, I'm Molly Gardner, and I'm the producer of Nerdmageddon Board Games and the Student Media Tailgate Show. I kind of went in blind. I didn't really know anything about KNWT, but I knew I wanted to be a part of the video side. So I was like, there's no better way to get my foot in the door than be a part of KNWT. So I decided to shadow for my first semester, loved it, did practicum, became a producer, and here I am now. So Eli was the person I looked up to because he was a crew member on Nerd Central and I was a shadow, and we got along really well, and then he was the one that kind of put his foot in the door and decided to become a producer, and because of that I wanted to be a producer, and because we were graduating at the same time, we were best friends, it just worked out really well, so it's nice to look up to a really close friend. The hardest challenge is taking on Nerdmageddon board games because it is very difficult. It's a lot of pre-production, it's a lot of post-production, it's a lot of getting everybody together and figuring that out, and it's a lot harder to bring board games to life than what it looks like on the screen, and it's truly one of the more difficult things I've done, but it's very rewarding. My favorite part is actually watching everybody grow because I love seeing someone who is afraid to do something. Right now I have a shadow who is afraid to kind of put his foot in the door, and I'm like, no, you can do it. And now he has the confidence and he wants to do big things, and watching people step away from their insecurities is really amazing. I've gotten years of experience under my belt. When I took a semester and went to Jefferson City, I saw somebody doing a pack over the cat cafe that they had in Columbia, and they were recording on their cell phone. They were recording a pack that's going to air on TV on their cell phone. And we have all this equipment that just goes unused every single day, and it's amazing to think that we have $250,000 in our equipment checkout that we can use for free at no cost to us, and I think that's truly amazing that not many people get the chance to use. I think I'm gonna miss the sense of community. I've gotten to know so many people, and I've gotten to learn so many things not many other colleges get to witness. And once you get in the real world, it's more of like, you messed up, don't do it again or you're gonna get fired. Here it's like, you messed up, let's try and make you a better person, and I enjoy that. You can sit down and have a conversation with somebody about what the best thing to film is or how to better your demo reel, and I think that's a really amazing concept that we have here, and I just love all the people here and I'm really gonna miss them.
Hi, my name is Will Linder, and I am talent for Nerdmageddon Board Games. A bunch of my friends outside the media department had been on the show called Nerdmageddon, and I was very interested. I decided to come on a couple semesters ago, and I've been on the live stream for many semesters, but the board game aspect is a pretty new thing that we've introduced and kind of improved on in the last couple semesters or so, and I think that Molly Gardner has done an excellent job with it. So it's really just a big part of the show, the board game aspect is. So I believe the other producer was Eli, and Molly and Eli, I think, have similar creative styles where we don't necessarily get like a script beforehand or like a whole. We kind of get a rundown because we've played these board games in the past, but usually it's just we show up on set and we'll take a couple hours out of like a Sunday morning or something to do it, and at least that's how Mysterium has worked for us. We just kind of like get thrown in there. I think that they both have similar creative aspects, and I think that Molly has had a lot more I believe like experience with cameras, and especially one-on-one engineering with Will to know what kind of equipment to use for certain scenes or situations. I think that the really odd thing about Nerdmageddon is that we've all kind of gotten to know each other throughout this past couple semesters, or at least for how long as I've been on, and so it's almost like a family aspect to where like like what their aspirations are and what their personality is like, and that makes it a lot easier to work with them on certain things and stuff. As for Molly's case, she's very good at kind of relating to people, and I think that's a really important job for a producer to do, is like to understand your talent, to deal with them, to maybe give them critiques and stuff, and then vice versa, where it's like, hey, we kind of want to add something in to this to this scene or whatever, and she can kind of go from there, and it just kind of makes things a bit better than like our original plan. So overall, like I think that she is by far like one of the more flexible producers that we have, and she's insistent to get things done, but she's also creatively open-minded to where like she can do different things with her talent, which is a really effective thing looking back on the stuff that we've done in the past. So we actually have a lot of people leaving the show with Molly and Eli and a couple others, and I think that I'm gonna kind of miss her organization skills most of all, and hopefully if somebody else wants to take over the show, or at least this portion of it, then maybe they should understand that like this is a really fun thing to do, but it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of like get to knowing your talent and making kind of a connection to them and stuff. And I think the thing that I'll miss about Molly is that she was always very good with her flexibility and kind of making those like personal connections and stuff. So.